I'm here at this beautiful location, enjoying the morning, the fresh air. But this is a Fukushima update. So I have to wonder, when I breathe in, is there any radiation? Radioactive particles? I read something yesterday which was disheartening because it says the overall attitude and outlook of the Japanese people is very depressed. You can imagine that. But here's how they describe it. They've lost all their faith in TEPCO. That's the Tokyo Electric Power Company. They're the ones that are responsible for dealing with the Fukushima Daiichi facility. They're the ones maintaining it. They're the ones that have to clean it up and get it under control. Not only that, the Japanese people have lost faith and given up on the government, the Prime Minister. They're the ones that are colluding with TEPCO. It's basically one and the same. You know how it goes with these politicians and their corporate partners. One hand greases the other. Payola. They're watching each other's back. It's the mafia, basically. It's a evil criminal cartel. That's what it is. I think everybody will agree with me. Just be careful that you're not in another cartel that's worse. I'm not even going to make a list because I'm going to stay focused on Fukushima here. Now, because the Japanese people are said to be totally losing faith in all this, they don't believe in it, they're not loyal to the government because of this betrayal, what are they going to do? So they only have hope in the Emperor and heaven. Yeah, this is what I read. And if that's the case, then they're turning to a more spiritual approach. They're starting to pray more and more. You have to. Can you imagine being near this? Can you imagine if it was your country? United States or Canada or France or England, Great Britain, wherever. What about Germany? Germany doesn't have any nuclear power plants, or they're phasing them out, but it could be one of the neighboring countries, so it can affect Germany also. Just imagine, put yourself in the shoes of the Japanese. Not the Chinese, because they bind their feet. It's painful. But I'm not trying to joke. I really gotta stop trying to be a comedian. I'm not funny that way. I'm just funny just because of how I am. And I'm not a comedian. Fukushima is sad. We have to pray for it. And will the heavens intervene? Will there be some supernatural solution? I don't know, man. I just think that they have to do something. Take physical responsibility. Take the bull by the horns. They need to revolt and take the government out. This has to be dealt with. Listen, I heard another really great video, much better than this one. You should go tune over there. It's on the Real News channel. I don't have any direct connection with them. I'm not affiliated with them. I don't make any money off of them. They're running a news outfit. They're in Baltimore, Maryland. They did an interview with this doctor that was very sharp. I'll find the link and put it down here. The guy said no matter how you approach this, there's going to be risk. So just take the bull by the horns. He was being asked specifically about removing and re-securing the fuel rods above number 4. This is like pick up sticks with deadly consequences. There's over 1,300 rods. Some people say there's 1,500. I don't know the exact count. I haven't counted them myself. But there's around that many. 1,300 or 400 or 500. That's a lot. If any of them gets dropped, do you know when it starts? It starts a fire they can't put out. I said you got to entomb it. The only reason why they didn't entomb it in the first week, when they should have, is because they wanted to save the millions of dollars worth of material that they can still sell for nuclear weapons, depleted uranium ammunition, all the other things that they can do with it. That's why we have an ongoing nightmare, and we have to worry. We can choose not to worry. We can choose to bury our heads in the sand like ostriches. But I'm giving you this update because it doesn't look good, and probably the next thing you're going to hear from me is that something went wrong. And the heavens are not going to intervene like this. That's not how it works. The heavens intervene in preventative measures. We have gone beyond prevention. We have lost that luxury of being able to do prevention. Now we have to mitigate the fucking disaster. We've got to minimize all the things that are going to come from this. I take another deep breath, and I wonder how many more years I have to live. But aside from saying all the bad things, I know I'm going to survive. I know I'm here for the next part of human history, the solution to all this madness. The days of Jackson Brown protesting the nuclear plants in the United States were the early phases. And then he went on to date Daryl Hannah. They are still protesting. I don't know if they're together, but they're still protesting. We all need to be protesting and being active about this. Actively go against this industry, including Pappy Stew, if he's listened all the way to this point. And by the way, I want to find you on Google+. That's a long-time associate of mine on YouTubia. But anyhow, for the rest of you, I know that you take your different views on it, but just be optimistic wherever you are. Do what you can. Breathe in the air. Maybe there's a way to filter this stuff out. I don't believe everything that Dr. Helen Caldecott is saying. I believe she's smart, but smart's not everything. I think she's a fearmonger. You can do anything with the massive amount of information that you have in your intelligence. This is what I do with it. Thanks for listening. Add yourself to Google+. Add me to your circles. That's the game these days.